Hey guys, welcome back to the brand new video on our gaming, and today Outbreak has been out for a couple weeks now and I haven't actually made any videos on it, surprisingly. So I'm making one today and it's about my honest opinion on the game. Before we get into this video, by the way guys, please remember to leave a like, a comment and subscribe for more content if you did enjoy this content, and let's get into it. Now, there was a lot of hype around this game, around Outbreak in general within the zombies community, and it was meant to be some next level thing, you know, like the whole idea of large scale zombies, which to be fair was pretty good. And I'm not going to sit here and fully slate the game mode because it has its cool stuff for sure, and by no means do I hate it. I definitely like it. I just think it could have been better. Do I love it? No. But let's start off with what it does right. Okay, so for starters, it's literally a fresh take on zombies. There's a bunch of new stuff, especially with the side missions, from chests to filling up the dragon, to collecting essence when using a jump pad, which gave me a refreshing new feeling considering the fact that zombies has never really strayed too far from its formula. I think the furthest we've gotten is, like, I guess exo zombies back in Advanced Warfare, but even that at its core was like very much a traditional zombies game. The map itself is pretty cool. Like, there's definitely effort put in. The buildings all have substance to them, especially if you explore them. And the fact that they integrated buying guns off the wall is still a cool concept, along with the random loot chests, you know, which kind of once again encourages you to explore a little bit more, and in hopes of finding them, which have potential, you know, armor, scrap, weapons, points, whatever it is. Vehicles as well were definitely a nice touch. Being able to drive around from one part of the map to another was great, especially with the time-based objectives, or when you had to pick something up that slowed you down a lot. You could definitely get it done faster if you had a vehicle. Although the vehicle does take damage, I feel it's a nice touch. It adds pressure, and it definitely makes you work faster to complete that objective. And same goes for the jump pads, to be honest. If I wanted to go to a side mission, but I was too far away and there were no cars around, I would just find the closest jump pad and just go for it. And, you know, once it launched you, you'd find essence in the air, which also helps with, you know, collecting points and working your way up. The new bosses as well are pretty dope, like the Tempests, which shoot electric bolts, and when they hit your vehicle, it just gets immobilized. That was a nice touch. Definitely cool. Once again, I felt the pressure, and it kind of encourage you to either kill them or dodge them, or just, you know, kind of make you engage more, I suppose. And the new guy that shoots fire, I can't exactly remember the name, but it gave purpose to the new explosive ammo mod since it was the most effective against him. So obviously, you know, the ammo mod definitely does help with just mowing down zombies in general, but the fact that it can specifically be used to defeat something, I guess, gave it greater purpose. On top of this, the little extra, like, crystals you could break for extra loot was also really good. I'm really grateful that they added that. Once again, it added you to explore, and I'm pretty sure they have a chance of also dropping weapons. So in general, there was a really big sense of RNG in this game mode, which, depending on how you look at it, is good or bad. I see it as good, especially as a former Destiny player. So I definitely was all in for this RNG, like, aspect. Now, let's get on to my problems with it. Before I get into the problems or the bad things, I'm definitely no game critic. I'm not an expert. I'm simply just expressing my opinion, so take this all with a pinch of salt, alright? I'm not a big brain, I'm not gonna lie to you. But anyways, although there is new content with the side missions and the main objective, it still somehow feels like it lacks purpose. Like, I fully understand that the pacing of the mode is entirely in the hands of the player and everyone plays different, so I have no idea about most, but for me, I don't tend to go straight for the objective. I usually go on the side missions first and try and gather points in general. And I know that's kind of the usual gist of zombies, but the side missions felt really short. And with the pacing, since it's a large-scale map, unless I'm doing a side mission or objective, I have to actively seek out the zombies since they're not automatically coming for me, which means once I've finished, like, said objective or said side mission, before I can move on, I have to go from one horde to the other because they're all kind of in small hordes scattered around, so I spend a lot of my time just kind of traveling, I guess. The rounds are just, like, not traditional at all. It feels a bit weird to me, but once again, that's kind of personal preference. I definitely, like I said, don't hate it. And another thing that kind of gets me is the fact that if you fail an objective, the game just ends. Like, it doesn't matter if you survive or what, it just ends. And I don't think that's what should happen. I guess, for example, in Far-Base Z, if you fail the objectives like protecting the reactor or like whatever, the power just shuts off and you have to refill the reactor again. The game doesn't end, and therefore it doesn't throw away like all of the progress you've just made. So please tell me why Outbreak can't do the same. Why can't we just get another shot at the objective, or have some sort of like alternative consequence, like, I don't know, being put back around or lose some points which you have to earn back to rebuy the objective to start again. I don't know, just something along the lines of being able to redo it and not having to restart the whole game and losing all the shit that you've just managed to get just because you failed to protect something, even though you've like survived. And the whole point, to me, the whole point of zombies is to survive. So clearly, I don't know why it restarts the game, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not a fucking developer. Another thing I feel it lacks is that there's no certain way of getting the wonder weapons and special weapons, I guess. Like, it's mainly on the RNG of the box trials or whether a boss drops it, which I'm not mad at. Like I said, RNG is definitely nice, but I'm definitely disappointed at. We had a whole process we had to go through to get the Ray K and the Wonder Weapon and D Machine, which felt rewarding, engaging, and it felt like it was keeping me somewhat on my toes. And I guess, although it wasn't hard per se, it definitely had its challenges, especially in D Machine. You had to fill up the thing in such a cornered room. And as we know, in zombies, there comes a point in rounds where we have to kind of just stick with what we've got if we think it's decent enough, since we need good enough guns to survive and get points for perks and so on. So the fact that there's no guaranteed way or process of getting any sort of decent weapon, although, yeah, once again, I guess brings some sort of challenge, I kind of feel is a bit like meh, because you can get shit RNG, and I tend to always get shit RNG. So, but anyways, overall, is it bad? No. Is it amazing? No. It's kind of just good. It's decent. I mean, I've played it a couple times with friends, grinding out for the, you know, the Aetherium crystals and whatever, but overall, I think I definitely prefer the pressure and the enclosed spaces and traditional way of zombies, I guess, especially with Fire-based Z. But it's not a bad idea by any means. I think the execution was just a little bit off, but it wasn't too far off the mark. Like, credit where credit is due. It's definitely a solid game mode, and it's just not the best for me, and it didn't live up to the hype. But once again, that's just my opinion. If you like Outbreak, if you hate Outbreak, let me know down in the comments below if you feel like it. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more content if you did enjoy this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Inject this into my fucking veins.